After firmly establishing his power, Zeus fell deeply in love with Metis, the goddess of prudence and wisdom. Metis, however, tried her best to avoid his advances, using every possible means. Gifted with the power of metamorphosis, she transformed herself into countless animals to escape the mighty god. But Metis could not elude Zeus forever. One day he caught her and made her his wife. Soon after, Metis became pregnant, and everyone knew she would give birth to a remarkable divinity. However, the oracle of Gaia revealed a prophecy. Metis would bear 2 children. The first would be a daughter, equal to her father in wisdom and power. The second would be a son, destined to be even stronger than Zeus himself, who would one day overthrow his father. Zeus was filled with dread. He feared the same fate that had befallen his own father, Cronus, and his grandfather Uranus, both dethroned by their sons. Determined to prevent this, Zeus acted swiftly. He asked Metis to transform into a drop of water. And when she did, Zeus swallowed her whole, never allowing her the chance to give birth. After swallowing his wife, Zeus began to feel her presence within him. He absorbed the wisdom and prudence of Metis. From that moment, Zeus became wiser, fairer, and less impulsive than before. But time passed and the mighty god began to suffer unbearable headaches. His head grew and throbbed with pain beyond endurance. Finally, Zeus ordered someone to open his skull and remove the source of his torment. Hephaestus, the god of forges, obeyed. He took his axe and struck Zeus's head with a mighty blow. From the crack in Zeus's skull burst forth a blinding light, and from that divine fissure emerged Athena, fully grown, clad in shining armor, and holding her weapons. A goddess of wisdom and reason, radiant and powerful. Zeus looked upon her with pride. He had given birth to a creature of unparalleled brilliance, a daughter born from thought, not flesh. Because she carried her mother's intelligence, Athena became the goddess of wisdom, prudence, and defensive war. But this also meant that conflict was inevitable, for her very existence contrasted with Ares, the god of war, who reveled in blood and chaos. Athena would be his eternal counterpart, the goddess of strategy, order, and justice. Meanwhile, within Zeus's stomach, Metis remained alive but forever trapped. Thus, the prophecy of their second child, the son who would surpass Zeus, would never be fulfilled. Athena, pure and noble, stood as the living embodiment of divine intellect. She would become Zeus's most beloved daughter, and many among gods and mortals would consider her the rightful heir to Olympus itself. Honor Sarwai Sarnog Athena versus Poseidon. In ancient Greece, there was a land known as Attica, ruled by a wise king named Cecrops, a being born from the earth itself, with the torso of a man and the tail of a serpent. Under his reign, the city of Cecropia prospered, surrounded by the blue seas. The people worshipped Poseidon, the powerful god of the ocean. One day, Poseidon decided that a city should be devoted to his glory. He ascended the Acropolis of Cecropia and declared before the king and his people, "Devote this city to the Lord of the seas, and the ocean shall be your backyard. Your ship shall rule all waters, and your power will stretch beyond the horizon. Change the city's name to Posidonia, and you will make me greatly pleased." Then Poseidon struck the ground with his trident, and from the rock sprang a spring of salt water. He said proudly, "This is my gift to you. Before setting sail, kneel before this spring, and it will reveal whether the sea is safe to travel." But just as the crowd marveled at his gift, a new divine presence filled the air. Athena appeared, glowing with wisdom and calm strength. She too desired to be the city's protector. The people were astonished.
It's a big one.
First Poseidon, now Athena herself
Almost there,
had descended
brother. We have
before
them
them.
now.
Athena spoke. "People of Cecropia,
The gods have
if
spoken.
you choose me
The
as your
path is
guardian,
clear. Go
wisdom
now.
and beauty will flourish
We
here.
shall proceed
Arts
as
and
the
science
omens
will blossom
decree.
in your city like nowhere else in the world." She struck her spear into the ground. From the spot grew a tall and beautiful olive tree. "This is my gift," said Athena. "Your land may be dry and harsh, but from this tree you will have nourishment and light. Its fruit will feed you, and its oil will warm your homes." The people were astonished by such a gift, practical, eternal, and peaceful. King Cecrops hesitated, fearing to anger Poseidon, but he decided to let the people choose. The men who lived by the sea voted for Poseidon. The women who tended the land voted for Athena. And since there were more women than men, Athena won by a single vote. Poseidon was enraged.
We stand
He
at
shouted,
the precipice of
"There is
a
only
new
one
era
honorable
for this
way to
great
decide
city.
this.
The
Take up your
gods have
weapons
favored
and
us."
fight me." But Athena, fearless and composed, stood her ground. Just as the two gods prepared for battle, Zeus intervened. "Enough," he thundered. "The fate of this city shall be decided by the divine council of Olympus." The gods gathered to vote. All the male gods sided with Poseidon. All the goddesses sided with Athena. As the presiding god, Zeus abstained. Thus Athena won, again by a single vote. From that day, Cecropia became Athens, the city of wisdom and light, named in honor of the goddess. Atop its Acropolis, a magnificent temple was built, the Parthenon, to celebrate her divine victory. But Poseidon's wrath was fierce. He made the seas perilous for the Athenians, destroying their ships and trade routes. The people suffered and sought counsel from the oracle of Delphi. The priestess of the oracle delivered a grave message. Poseidon's anger would cease only if the women of Athens were punished, for it was their votes that had caused the gods' humiliation. Thus, the women of Athens were stripped of their right to vote. This act reconciled Poseidon's fury, and peace was restored. In gratitude, the Athenians built a temple for Poseidon at Cape Sunion. The god's magnanimity prevailed. He forgave the city and allowed Athens to keep Athena's gift, the sacred olive tree. And so emerged in Greece the city that would one day outshine all others. Athens, the eternal city of wisdom and civilization. Medusa. Among Athena's tales, none is as tragic as that of Medusa, the woman with serpents for hair. But she was not always a monster. Medusa was the daughter of Phorcys and Ceto, primordial deities of the sea. She was breathtakingly beautiful, her grace unmatched across Greece. Yet despite her allure, she was pure of heart and devoted herself to Athena. Admiring the goddess deeply, Medusa became a priestess in Athena's temple, where virginity and chastity were sacred vows. She was the perfect priestess, perhaps too perfect. Her beauty drew visitors from all over Greece, men who came not to pray, but to gaze upon her face. Some even whispered that her golden hair was more beautiful than Athena's own. The goddess, wounded by pride, held her silence, but envy stirred within her heart. Then came Poseidon. When the god of the sea saw Medusa, he was consumed by desire. She rejected him again and again, refusing to betray her vows. But Poseidon was relentless. He saw her not only as a woman, but as a way to strike at Athena herself, his rival. One night, Poseidon's passion turned to violence. He pursued Medusa as she fled in terror, running into Athena's temple, begging for her goddess's protection. But Poseidon caught her there, on the sacred floor of the temple, and violated her. When the act was done, Athena appeared in fury. She could not punish Poseidon, for to challenge a fellow god was forbidden. Instead, her rage turned upon Medusa, whom she blamed for defiling her temple. "You have brought shame upon this holy place," said Athena coldly. "You who were once beautiful shall be feared forever." She cursed Medusa, transforming her radiant hair into living snakes. Her face, once adored, became so dreadful that any who looked into her eyes would turn instantly to stone. Medusa fled, exiled. Many warriors saw her as a trophy, yet all who faced her met the same fate, eternal stone. Until one day the hero Perseus, aided by Athena herself, decapitated her using a mirrored
embroidery is
shield.
coming along beautifully.
What few knew was that
Thank you,
Medusa
Lady Catherine.
carried Poseidon's
The green
child.
thread catches
From
the
her
light
spilled
just
blood
so.
emerged two beings,
The master
the
weaver
giant
expects this
Chrysaor
shipment by
and
the morrow.
Pegasus,
Kill us,
the
sir.
winged horse.
Fear not, we shall
Even
have
in
it
her
ready
death,
before the midday
Medusa
meal.
gave birth to legends. Arachne. In the region of Lydia lived a young girl named Arachne. Born to a humble weaver, she learned the art of weaving from her mother and quickly surpassed her teacher. Her embroidery became renowned across the land. Nobles traveled from afar to see her work. The nymphs themselves left their forests to marvel at her creations. They whispered, "Your weaving is divine. Surely this is a gift from Athena, protector of weavers." But Arachne replied proudly, "This is not Athena's gift. The skill is mine alone. I believe my weaving surpasses even the goddess's own word of her arrogance reached Olympus." Athena decided to descend and test the mortal's pride. Disguised as an old woman, she approached Arachne's workshop and admired her art. "You are truly talented," said the goddess softly, "but youth often blinds one to humility. Among mortals you are unmatched, but to compare yourself to a goddess is unwise." Arachne lifted her head and replied, "I am not arrogant. I only speak the truth. My work is better than Athena's." At that moment, Athena revealed her divine form, radiant and powerful. "Then let us see whose weaving is superior." The two began their contest. The nymphs gathered to witness the clash between mortal skill and divine perfection. Athena wove a tapestry depicting her victory over Poseidon, a symbol of divine justice. Arachne, however, wove the tale of Zeus's deceit, the abduction of Princess Europa, disguised as a bull. Her tapestry was a masterpiece, beautiful yet filled with sharp criticism of the god's arrogance. When the works were finished, even Athena could not deny the mortal skill. Arachne's art was flawless, superior in detail and emotion. Humiliated and enraged, Athena struck Arachne's tapestry and destroyed it. Then in fury, she touched the mortal's forehead and declared, "From this day forth, you shall become a creature that weaves forever, a reminder of your pride." Arachne's body transformed, shrinking and twisting, her limbs multiplying into 8. She became the first spider, cursed to weave for eternity. But even in her cursed form, Arachne continued to spin webs of exquisite beauty. Seeing this, Athena sighed softly and said, "She is good indeed."
Glow for me, little weaver. Show me what the shadows